and welcome to my channel. Today is a very special day, not necessarily because it's a national holiday or anything, but to some people that are huge fans of pop, more specifically one pop singer, today kind of is like a national holiday. Because today, the 13th of December, the day I'm recording this, is Taylor Swift's birthday. Since I don't have work today, I kind of wanted to do something special to commemorate Taylor Swift's birthday. She's turning 35 this year, which is so awesome. But I wanted to kind of celebrate her in my own special way. And I have finally decided on what I am going to do. For starters, I am wearing my Taylor Swift cardigan, the official one from her merch website. I love wearing it so much, and it's a little chilly outside, so it's very nice and warm. This morning, I also went to Starbucks to get what is allegedly her favorite coffee drink, at least as of a couple of years ago. But I got a grande non-fat caramel latte, and it is delectable. So good. I will definitely be sipping on that throughout the entire video. But now, onto the main course, if you will, and the main thing that I am doing to celebrate Miss Swift's birthday. That is making Taylor Swift friendship bracelets. More specifically, I'm probably gonna make a couple Christmassy ones because I already have quite a few, like ones from different eras. I traded some friendship bracelets when I went to the Eras Tour movie, so I have a couple from that still. But I think I want to do some that are a little more festive. I have ideas for at least two, so hopefully that will be relatively easy for me. Yeah. I guess I should just hop right into it. One friendship bracelet that I really want to make is a either Swift Miss or Merry Swift Miss. I think I'm just gonna do Swift Miss because it's like shorter and then I can focus more on the beads, which is the fun part. But as you can see, I have a lot of options when it comes to beads, which is super fun and makes it much more interesting and intriguing. I made so many bracelets when I went to see the Eras Tour movie in theaters. I ended up giving at least one, if not more than one, to every single person in the theater, and I'm pretty sure our theater was almost entirely full, which was so awesome to see that many Swifties in real life. Because I've personally never been to a Taylor Swift concert as much as I would love to. I've never personally been to one. So I've never really been able to experience just how many fans there are. Even though I know there are millions of us, it just kind of feels sometimes like, this is gonna sound so like aggressively pick me, so excuse me, but it sometimes feels like I'm the only Swiftie in my town, which I know isn't true because I have a couple of friends that really like Taylor Swift, but most of my friends, most of my coworkers are just like casual listeners, which is fine, it's great, or they're like haters. Total transparency. But you know, to each their own. Not everyone has to like Miss Taylor Swift. It's really only a problem in my book if you're actively hating on her, because, you know, there are plenty of artists that I don't particularly like either, but I'm not going out of my way to be hateful, and that's where I draw the line, you know, when people are just like rude to get a reaction or won't shut up about how much they hate someone. Anyways, I don't really remember where I was going with that thought process. Where was I going with that thought process? Oh, basically, sometimes it feels like I'm the only Swiftie in my town. So going to the Eras Tour movie and seeing all those Swifties in real life was very fun and very refreshing and very cool. I am technically like a newer fan of Taylor Swift. I totally identify, if you will, as a Swiftie. I know that there are some fans that don't really claim that, or some like more casual fans or recent fans, whatever, that don't really claim to be Swifties, and that's cool, that's fine. But I definitely identify with that because I love Miss Swift so much. I think she's an incredibly talented singer. I think she's an amazing songwriter. I just think she's awesome. But yeah, I am technically like a newer Swiftie, if you will. Like, I became a fan, like, really became a fan after she released Red Taylor's version and before Midnight's came out. Because Midnight's was my first ever album release with Taylor Swift, which was literally so insane. I didn't really know much going into it. Like, I didn't know any of the lore and that she did all these Easter egg drops until Midnight's had already been dropped or announced. But I did figure that out with all of the music videos that came with Midnight's, obviously, and all the little Easter eggs that she put in those. But yeah, technically, I am a bit of a newer Swiftie. I think I've said that at least 20 times now, if that wasn't incredibly clear. But I really am a huge fan. I love her so much. For a really long time, I didn't really know who Taylor Swift was, which is kind of crazy because she's a huge pop star. But I was raised in a very sheltered home, if you will, so I didn't really even know who Taylor Swift was until I was like, I want to say 15 or 16. I did not really know who she was, and I didn't really care to know who she was. I had one friend in the past who was a really big Swiftie, but she also was really mean to me. So I think I subconsciously like associated that horrible friend with Taylor Swift. But now I know how to separate those two types of things, you know, a person that I don't like from their favorite singer. But at the beginning of freshman year, I did kind of start listening to her music, but I also started listening to a lot of other music, so she wasn't necessarily at the forefront of my mind back then. She was more so like top like 20 artists, I'd say, at that time. But I'd say around like my junior year of high school, I started really becoming more in love with her music. I started listening to it more. I started like actually learning about stuff. And then by the end of my senior year, I was absolutely obsessed with her. I was actually planning on making some of Taylor Swift's favorite cookies, chai sugar cookies, today. But I looked in my kitchen this morning and realized that I don't have any flour. And I had already been out 2 times this morning, and I really didn't want to go out again, so I decided to just completely scratch that idea and focus entirely on making friendship bracelets, which honestly so far has been fun. Okay, so this one says Christmas Tree Farm, and this one says Swiftmas. I'm gonna continue working on my Christmas Tree Farm one for now, I think. It honestly doesn't need that many beads for it to fit on my wrist. So I'm gonna have to be very specific about how I do this. I'd say my like top 3 Taylor Swift albums are, in no specific order, 1989, Reputation, Folklore. And the hierarchy of that top 3 kind of changes depending on what mood I'm in. But those are probably like my favorites out of all of her music. Like I said, or like I've been saying, I haven't been a fan of Taylor Swift for that long, but for the time that I have been a fan, I've felt so happy to like have her as a role model and like just an amazing musician in my life, you know, as someone that I can go and listen to their music whenever I'm feeling down or whenever I'm feeling good or any of the emotions in between. I know I'm saying this as like a fan of her, but I think we really are so blessed to have a pop star like Taylor Swift because she cares so deeply about the right things, and it's kind of hard to see that in the world sometimes. Having her being so amazing and fun and such a bright place in such a dark time is just so amazing, truthfully. Okay, here is the first one. This is Christmas Tree Farm. Actually, I think, hold on. I think if I can manage to undo this, I'm going to make it bigger because that is not at all big enough for my wrist. Okay, this video is honestly a little botched and I apologize for that. Like I said earlier, was planning on doing something entirely different. So I kind of had to think this up on the spot. I wasn't really planning on doing this much talking during this video. I thought it was gonna be more of a like secondary thing, and now I'm like kind of distressed. But it's fine. You know what? I'm just gonna cut this. I'm just gonna cut it because I'm pissed off, truthfully. Okay, I paused my recording to take a quick breather and calm down a little bit because I was getting a little stressed out, but I'm okay now. I'm back to being fine. So I am now going to attempt to continue making these friendship bracelets and doing it calmly. So I am going to try again with the Christmas Tree Farm bracelet because I really liked what I had going on, but it was just too small. I tied it off too soon. I remember when the Eras Tour first started, I was in my senior year of high school, getting ready for my spring production in my musical theater department. And now I am 2 years out of high school and it is December, which is kind of crazy. I am honestly very sad that I didn't get to go to the Eras Tour because it looked like so much fun. It looked like an amazing time. But I'm not really a big travel person for concerts. I really prefer to stay in state, which I think is relatively reasonable. Plus the prices for those tickets resell specifically, because I didn't get them when they were first being sold, was absolutely insane and not something that I could have afforded at all. So when she announced that she was doing a Eras Tour like movie, I was literally so excited that I made like, I'd say like 30 friendship bracelets, which was kind of insane of me, but you know, I really enjoyed doing it. I think it was a lot of fun. And I made some with my friend Nevaeh, who I forcefully dragged along with me to see the movie. I think that is low-key one of my like love languages, just like introducing people to Taylor Swift and seeing them slowly grow into being actually a fan of her. Because I had this one coworker who literally a year ago said that he hated her music and didn't like it at all. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And we kind of left it at that. But over time, he started to listen to her more. And granted, was it partially because the radio at our workplace is always playing Taylor Swift, specifically midnights? Yeah, I'm sure that had something to do with it. But I digress. He slowly became a fan over time, which was so fun to watch. I think his favorite song is Lavender Haze, which is so valid. That is such a good song. I just like love watching people become fans of her because it really is such like a wonderful community to be a part of. I love being a Swiftie. I love talking to other Swifties. I love interacting with Swifties online. I just think it is one of the more like safe and kind like fandoms that I've ever been in personally. This year on Spotify Wrapped, Taylor Swift was 3rd in my most listened to artists. Though, honestly, I'm not entirely sure how accurate that was because my fifth most listened to artist was someone that I literally haven't listened to since April. So, I really don't know how accurate Spotify Wrapped was this year, though I know everyone's been talking about that, so I think there's not really much more I can say that hasn't already been said. Okay, I think I just finished this bracelet. Yay! Okay, so I have Christmas Tree Farm. Honestly, this one looks a little funky because there's no red on this side of the bracelet, but this is what it looks like. Isn't it so cute? I'm gonna go ahead and put it on, actually, and wear it. Okay, so next we have my Swift Miss friendship bracelet. And I'm gonna do some different beads, I think. Now, let's put the lid back on that, actually, because that was almost really bad. Let's see, what else can I talk about that's Taylor Swift related? One of the other things that I was originally planning on doing for this video was buying a new Taylor Swift vinyl. However, I said to some of my coworkers that I wanted a couple of Taylor Swift vinyls. So I'm purposely not getting anything new because I don't want to like get something and then someone gets that exact same thing for me. So I probably won't make any more purchases for myself until like January. I'm gonna try to use these green beads that are more round, circular. These white ones that I also used for my other bracelet. And then these regular red beads. Now that the Eras Tour is over, I really hope that Taylor Swift is taking some much needed, much deserved time off from social media, from being out and about, from just like being active, honestly. I hope she's really taking some time to relax. My package, actually, from Miss Swift's store should hopefully be coming in pretty soon. I got an email the other day saying that it was ready to be shipped. So I don't know where exactly that is in the process, but hopefully relatively close. And then at the very end, or directly across from what says Swift Miss, I'm going to add a little red beaded heart. I'm recognizing now that I kind of went nonverbal towards the end of making that bracelet, and I apologize for that. But I honestly just kind of went a little brain dead. I think I do go a little bit brain dead whenever I'm making these bracelets, so I really don't know why I was trying to talk while making them, but that's beside the point. Is that tight enough? Yes, okay, I love this one. And this is my Swift Miss friendship bracelet. Ah, I love it. Isn't it so cute? Here's the little red heart at the end that I was talking about. I am very happy with how these turned out. I think they're so cute and so fun. And genuinely, I wear my friendship bracelets like all the time because it's just such a fun little accessory, you know? I honestly think that's really all that I have for this video today. I guess the last thing I want to say is just happy birthday, Taylor Swift. I hope you had an amazing day, and I hope this next year treats you just as well, if not significantly better than the last. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!